Hello, today we're going to learn how to draw a 2-point perspective house, just like this one. To get started, we just need to cast our minds back to the task that we did last time where we looked at drawing cubes in 2-point perspective. So we're going to be using this exact same idea today. So if you haven't done this task yet, you need to do this one first so that you understand how to go about drawing our house. So to get you started, what you need is a plain piece of paper, a sharp pencil and a ruler. I'm going to put this little diagram in the corner here, just so that we've got something to look at as we draw our house, so that we know what we are aiming for. Okay, to start us off, we need our 2 vanishing points at the side of our page. So using your ruler to make sure they're in line with each other, you're drawing across at the sides of your page, and this is where all of your width and depth lines are going to disappear to. Okay, the first thing we're going to draw is we're going to draw the front of the house here, this line. It's going to be a vertical line and it's going to maybe take up about 1/4 of the height of the page. I don't want to put it right at the bottom because I will lose some of my page to that. So mine is about 5 centimeters. Yours can be bigger or smaller, it's your choice. So draw my first line there, and then I need to take this line to those vanishing points. Remember, nice light construction lines here going to our vanishing points. We're going to need to be able to rub them out later, so we want them to be nice and light. Okay, now that I've got the corner of my building done, I'm going to start thinking about where the other sides of my house are going to be, and this is going to be the overall size of my house. So I'm going to go for my second one here and my other one here. I'm going for a longer side to the right here. So remember, they need to be completely vertical in line with my first one. So lining up my ruler with my first vertical line and then just sliding it across the page to make sure they are the exact same angle. Unlike when we were drawing our cubes and cuboids, we're not going to now take these over to the vanishing points. We're going to do something different. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to draw a triangle. So let's quickly talk about how we go about constructing a triangle. So if we imagine having a square box, if we want to draw a triangle, we need to know where the middle is. And once we've got the middle, we can go from these 2 corners to that middle point. Okay, so exactly the same with this. If we're trying to find out where the center of our roof is, we need to find the midpoint between these 2 lines. So you can do that roughly by eye, or you can measure it if you want to be more precise. And I'm going to draw a light vertical line going up from there. And at the top of this vertical line, that is where my diagonal lines are going to go to form my roof. So one from the left, one from the right. And I now have my roof shape. Okay, so that's how we're going to draw diagonal lines. I now need to draw the rest of my roof. So I'm going to take this point down to my vanishing point, top of my roof, over to my vanishing point on the right. Nice light lines again. And now I need to do this diagonal line at the back of the roof. And to do that, all I'm going to do is line up my ruler with the diagonal line of the roof, this line here, and then I'm going to slide it along until it meets the back of the house. So I'm lining up my ruler with this line here, and I'm sliding it along until it meets where my vertical line is for the back of the house, and I'm going to draw my diagonal line there. So I've now got the basic shape of my house. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some windows in. So my windows are really simple. All I'm going to do is draw my first vertical line for the first edge of the window, which is this one here. And then I'm going to take the the top and the bottom over to my vanishing point on the right. And then within this space is where I'm going to draw the rest of my windows. Just using vertical lines. Okay, and to help my eyes, I'm going to go over these a bit darker with my pencil so that I can see what is a vanishing point, what is a construction line, and what is lines I'm going to keep as part of my windows. Okay, good stuff. So if you're feeling confident, we're going to go ahead and create a porch here. If you're not feeling so confident, that's okay. You can use this same idea of drawing the windows to just draw a door here. To draw the porch, what we need to decide on first is where that porch is going to extend from. So I'm going to line up my ruler with my vanishing point. And I just need to decide where I want that bottom corner to start. So I'm going to say I want it to start about here. So that means it needs to come back to the wall of the house and stop. And then I'm going to take the other side of it over to my vanishing point on the right. Then I'm going to decide on how tall it's going to be. So again, lining up with my vertical first line, sliding it over. I'm going to make it smaller than my house. Then back over to both vanishing points for this one. I can see now that I need a couple more vertical lines. I need the vertical line where it's touching the house, and I need the vertical line for the edge of it. So starting from where it meets the house down here, I'm going to do my vertical line. And then I need to decide on how long it's going to be. I know that I want it to be shorter than the house, or the same length as the house, just not any longer. So I can use my ruler to guide my eye. And I think I'm going to do it about here. But again, it's your choice how big you want that porch to be. So I've got my vertical line here. Okay, so now we're going to think about the diagonal line for our porch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this vertical line up a bit more to make it taller, and then I can just join up those 2 points. So I'm making this second line just slightly taller, and then I'm going to draw a diagonal line between these 2 points. Once I've got this angle, first of all, I'm going to take the top of my roof over to the vanishing point, so I know where the top of the roof should be. And then I'm going to line up my ruler with that diagonal line, slide it over to the other point of my porch, and use that to draw the angle. So now I've got my porch, I've got my house. It's a little bit tricky at the moment for me to see what's going on because all my lines are kind of the same depth. So I'm going to start going over the lines that I want to keep with my pencil by pushing darker. So first of all, I'm going to go over my conservatory, porch, whatever you want to call it. Thinking about what lines here do I want to keep, which ones am I going to get rid of. So I don't want that line there, so I'm not going to go over it dark. I do want to see the edge of my porch. And then thinking about my house, I do want to see the edge of the roof. I'm going to go over all these lines just by pressing my pencil darker, and it's making them stand out. So we can keep looking at this one to help us remember what we're going to keep. Okay, we just got a few more things to add and then we're done. So the next thing we're going to add is we've got a door and 2 windows to add over here. So first of all, I'm going to do the door. I want it to be kind of in the middle of the side of my porch here. So I'm going to line up my ruler with my vertical line, slide it over, draw the first line over my door, and then take the top of the door over to the vanishing point, so I know where the top of the door should be. And then I'm going to draw the second vertical line of my door. And then pushing over them a bit harder with my pencil so they stand out to the page. Next thing is my window. So again, lining up with my vertical line, sliding it over, deciding where I want that first point of the window to be, and then taking it over to the vanishing points, top and bottom. Then sliding up with the vertical and along, then I can draw around these lines I want to keep. Okay, I'm starting to get there. I've missed a line here that I need to go over a little bit darker. There we go. Right, I need to add my window upstairs, so it's the same thing again. Vertical line, take it to the vanishing point, top and bottom, and then drawing my second vertical line. And then going over them harder. Good stuff. Right, the last thing I'm going to draw is my chimney. So I can see that I've got a chimney on the top of the roof. This chimney is on the back side of the roof, so I can't see where the bottom of the chimney is, which is good because then I don't have to worry about those angles. So what I'm going to do is decide first of all where the center of my chimney is going to go, that front corner. I'm just drawing a vertical line on my roof anywhere, lining up my ruler with my vertical line again, sliding it over, and I've got that first corner. And then I'm taking those to the vanishing point. And then drawing my two vertical lines, so I could have it thin at the side and then wider thin at the side and then wider to the front if I want, or I can do it thicker. It's absolutely my choice. And then pushing on the lines that I want to keep a little bit darker. Okay, I've now drawn my house. So now what I can do is I can rub out any construction lines, any of those light lines that I don't need, and I'm going to be left with my house drawing that looks like this. An extra challenge for you, think about, could you draw a fence that goes around the border of your house? Could you draw another part of the house that comes out, like a garage? Could you draw some more windows on the roof, like Velux windows, thinking about what angle they would be if they were on the roof? See if you can give that a go.